Welcome to Flawless Shoe Reviews. Today I'm comparing the Brooks Ghost Max 3 with the Brooks Defyance Max. Now, as you can see, they both have plenty of cushioning underfoot, but they feel different. They come in at a different price point and can be used for different types of activities, whether it comes to lifestyle use or to running. If we look at the Brooks Ghost Max 3, first of all, we've got the brand new DNA Loft V3 nitrogen injected midsole, which is quite a balanced midsole overall, really good at absorbing impact when you initiate contact with the ground, and transitions nicely towards the forefoot to give you a nice spring when you push off. Whereas in the Defiance Max, it released in September 2025 and it has the DNA Loft V2 nitrogen infused midsole. So the older model that we saw in the Ghost Max 1 series and the Brooks Ghost 15. So it's a much firmer feel on the foot, gives you a bit more contact feel with the ground, so you don't transition as nicely from the back to the front of the shoe. That's partly got to do with the geometry, so we've got a much better heel bevel on the Ghost Max 3 and we've got a smoother, slightly sharper forefoot rocker in the Ghost Max 3. While we move towards the bottom of the shoe, we've got a broader shoe in the Ghost Max 3, which increases the amount of contact that you have with the ground, slightly narrower in the Ghost Max 2, especially as we move up towards the forefoot. So that results in a different type of fit, which we'll touch on in a little bit. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about the stability of the shoes. So on the Ghost Max 3, we've got a large sidewall that runs from the heel all the way up to the midfoot on the outside and on the inside of the shoe, featuring that guide rail technology that we know with Brooks that focuses on keeping you centered in the shoe as you move. While in the Brooks Defyance Max, we've got two separate sidewalls on the heel and the midfoot, both on the inside and the outside of the shoe. So it tries to provide stability at two separate points. For some people, they might notice some slight pressure points as a result. I didn't have any problems with that, but the larger, more extended sidewalls on the Ghost Max 3 definitely add more elements of stability when it comes to the sidewall features. However, some people may find the slightly softer cushioning counteracts the sidewalls, whereas the firmer cushioning on the Defiance Max can make it feel a little bit more stable underfoot. As we move on top of the shoe, we've got a slightly more breathable engineered mesh in the Ghost Max 3. It's got a broader fit and it doesn't taper as much in the toe box. So slightly narrower fit, but this is a relatively broad fit in the grand scheme of things. So we classify the Defiance Max as a normal fit, whereas we've got a wide fit in the normal shoe of the Ghost Max 3. It also comes in a wide version, while the Defiance Max isn't available in the wide version yet. They're true to size and length. Both of them have nice padded tongues that are non-gusseted. We've got more cushioning and more padding around the heel cup on the Ghost Max 3, and it's a lot more rigid, which wraps around your ankle, tries to provide stability, helping to control those pronation moments. So I classify both of them as stable neutral shoes, mainly because of the broad platform underneath, slightly firmer cushioning on the Defiance Max, a little bit more energetic, a little bit more responsive in the Ghost Max 3. Now they both have 39 mils of cushioning in the rear foot, 33 in the forefoot with 6 mil drops. However, they are different in weight, with my size 12 in the Ghost Max 3 coming in at 357 grams, while it's 338 grams in the Defiance Max. So slightly lighter in the Defiance Max, which fits in with the profile of slightly less cushioning and padding around the upper. When it comes to use cases, they're excellent shoes for standing all day, for using as lifestyle shoes. If you're an orthotic user and you want a stable shoe that's pretty neutral to put them into, you might have a better success with the Ghost Max 3, as it's a better fit in terms of width, and the volume of the toe box is a little bit higher in the Ghost Max 3 compared to the Defiance Max. It's not to say that you can't fit it into the Defiance Max, it just might be a little bit more snug in there. When it comes to running, they're both heavy shoes, so if you're looking for a stable neutral shoe for those easy runs, recovery runs, well then you might find it a bit softer and a bit more comfortable in the Ghost Max 3. However, if you enjoy a firmer feel, then the Defiance Max will still do an excellent job for you here. When it comes to those longer distance workouts up to marathon distance, you might find the transition and the smoothness of the Ghost Max 3 a little bit more comfortable, a little bit better in terms of facilitating that recovery post-run. So they can both do long distance due to the amount of cushioning underneath your foot, but you might find a little bit more comfort in the Ghost Max 3. However, if you've got any opinions on them, drop in the comment section below. Happy to answer any questions on them that I haven't covered in the video. I'll pop links to the shoes in the description below. And if you're new to the channel and you found the video interesting and helpful, like and share and subscribing makes a massive difference. Thank you very much for watching.